We all know that God rewards generosity and good deeds. However, is it possible that the act of giving alone can have a direct positive impact on our health and wellness? In 2003, a study published in Aging and Mental Health magazine confirmed that volunteering did not only benefit the recipients of giving, but the benefit extended to the volunteers themselves. It was found that those who volunteer either time, effort, or money achieve better health than those who do not participate in voluntary work. The joy that arises from helping others is known as the helper's high. This term was first introduced by Alan Lukes in his book, The Healing Power of Doing Good. It is the sense of pleasure and joy we feel when we give or do something good. And there are many ways in which we can help or share with others. We can give our time, effort, money, and knowledge. So what does practicing the acts of giving and altruism do exactly to our bodies? Surprisingly, it leads to a rise in the release of endorphins, hormones responsible for the sense of joy, and oxytocin, the hormone of bonding, love, and trust. It also leads to a decline in the release of stress hormones, such as cortisol. In the 1999 study titled Volunteerism and Mortality Among the Community-Dwelling Elderly, it was found that the health benefits gained by individuals performing acts of giving surpass those gained by individuals exercising 4 times a week. Another experiment performed on 132 Harvard students proved that the mere viewing of a film about charity boosted the number of immune cells in the body. A study on people who suffer from chronic pain and illness, published in Pain Management Nurses magazine, showed that participants expressed a relief of their pain when they provide assistance to others. In another study published in the Journal of Health Psychology in 1999, it was proven that voluntary work reduced the risk of death by as much as 44%. 44%? This percentage reduction of death is even higher than the percentage achieved by those who participated in religious activities and rituals. This finding concurs with the priority given by the Prophet to the assistance of others. He said, "To help a brother in need is better for you than to seclude yourself for worship in my mosque." It seems that the better for you means the benefit is reaped in this life before the next. As for the psychological and social benefits of charity work, a survey study titled the American Changing Lives Survey found that people who performed voluntary work achieved greater happiness, contentment, self-esteem, and a greater sense of control over life's events. They also had lower rates of depression compared with their peers who did not do voluntary service. Many researchers go as far as to say that the best way to treat depression is to participate in charity and voluntary work. What I'm trying to say is that for a physician trying to help his depressed patient, he may consider writing a prescription that simply says, "Go help others." The guide dog study conducted on more than 2,000 participants revealed that 95% of those who practice acts of giving felt joy. It also revealed that we are created to feel pleasure when we do good deeds. It is truly a natural feeling common to all mankind. As for the cognitive benefits of voluntary work, Professor Barbara Fredrickson of the University of North Carolina reviewed and summarized the findings of 2 decades of studies. She found that when people feel the joy of giving, their mode of thinking becomes more creative, more flexible, and more open to new information. In summary, our physical, psychological, and mental well-being is dependent upon the extent to which we give to others. In other words, God created us physiologically in a way that will make us happier and healthier when we practice compassion, mercy, and charity. As for the spiritual aspect of giving, it is by God's wisdom that the act of giving possesses the power of cleansing. God says, "Receive charity from their wealth to purify them and sanctify them with it." Giving also possesses the power to cure from illness. The Prophet says, "Cure your patients with charity." So what prevents us from giving? The greatest obstacle is attachment. Our attachment to earthly positions and our fear of their loss. Ironically, the more we try to cling to our worldly positions, the more difficult it becomes to keep them in our hands. Why? How could that be? Simply because we would abandon the universal law of giving. God says, "The more you give thanks, the more I will give you." And the highest form of gratitude towards God is that of giving from the blessings He has bestowed upon you. Indeed, no sincere act of giving arises from the heart without being welcomed by an even greater and more abundant reward from God. Every act of giving is a form of giving to one's own self, even though it may appear as if you were giving to someone else. And the more you refrain from giving, the more you deny and deprive yourself, and the more you are unfair to yourself. God says through His Prophet, "My servant, spend, and I shall spend on you." It means spend from your wealth, and God shall multiply it. Spend from your time and health, and God shall increase it. And spend from your knowledge, and God shall expand it.